basketball guy. Okay.
Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here. It is the 9-minute fill-up. It is the day of days when you wait 4 years for the summer games. It is the opening day of the Olympics. We have special guests that are not just special guests. They're national senior Olympians. We have Sandy and Paul Rue here today. We're going to talk about their achievements coming up. But we start today with it is day one in Paris. I know we've already had some competitions. The women's soccer team played this morning. The men's soccer team played the other day. They lost to France. The women's team beat Zambia today, so they win. So the United States off to a 50-50 start, I guess. But the big thing is the opening ceremonies. It's going to be on boats down the River Seine. And before I could blather on, as you know, about the Olympics for a while. So we have some people chiming in. Want to make sure we say hello. Okay, and I got to put my cheaters on. Sandy, Paul, if you didn't know it, I can't say anything. Bill, my friend Adam Brothers said he knows you. Okay, all right. Fantastic. I'm sure we do. All right, Sue. Good morning, Bill. Are you ready for the openings? Absolutely. And and here's a little spoiler alert. Now, in prime time, you'll be able to watch the opening ceremony starting at about 7:30 or so. And it'll go all night. It'll be fantastic. It'll be wonderful. But we have coverage all day long on WTOV9 starting at noon. At 1:30, the opening ceremonies will actually start because remember, it's 6 hours ahead. So if it's noon here, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. So so we will be able to see that live. If you're looking around, what can I watch today at 1:30? You can watch the opening ceremony. So just a note for you there. Karen, good morning. Craig, good morning. Whoops, I put Marty up there. Craig, good morning. Marty, good morning. Friday, Olympics and all or nothing day. Absolutely, it's a great day. So right now, though, as we get started this morning, as I take that off the screen, there we go. We have Sandy and Paul Rue. They were just in the Ohio state games, the Olympics for Ohio, the state Olympics, and you did so well there. And this isn't new for you guys. This is something you guys have been dominating for a while.
Him longer than me.
But so tell me a little bit about. Well, let's start with this. Before we get into that, let's start with this. How excited, as track and field athletes yourself, are you about today's Olympic, the opening ceremony, and everything else that goes on with the Paris Games? Where are you guys with that?
Oh, my excitement is 100%. Probably no 150 because, it was just so great watching the trials. So I said, now we're down to the finals. And it's like, oh, my goodness, I get to see the people that made it all the way through. Yep. And people think that, okay, they're just watching the Olympics. They didn't watch the trials. They don't know what those athletes go through in order to get to the finals. And I'm just excited because, mine isn't quite that intensive, but it's intense for me at my age to be able to come out of the prelims and make it to the final. So I'm excited for it. I'm going to watch a little bit of the other, but my focus is going to be track and field.
Yep, absolutely.
Track and field.
Absolutely. I grew up swimming. So the first week's dominated by swimming, but then the track and field starts, and my dad was a track guy. Now he lives with us. So I have a feeling we're going to be probably out in the garage with the TV on watching the Olympics. Paul, what about you? How excited are you for this?
Very excited. You go through a whole lot. You just don't know how much training you have to go through in order to get to this point. And just to see the young men and women go through, their training, their preparation, it's awesome. It's an awesome experience. I get involved in swimming, and but my thing is track and field. So I'm excited. 4 years,
You
waiting 4 years.
Yep.
And it's good.
All right. Well, we're gonna, and then you throw LeBron James, Coco Gauff, flag bearers tonight for the men and women's team representing the men. It was two great choices.
Right.
I think LeBron was genuinely surprised. I think Steph Curry stood up and started to talk, and LeBron was just he was sitting back. pardon me, I'm the flag bearer, and then Coco Gauff looks stunned. It's just, and I'm a guy, and I freely admit it, I'm a guy that can cry. I'm watching a commercial about something, I'll start crying if it hits the right note. But if especially the United States, if anyone from the United States team wins the gold medal and they start crying on the medal stand, there's rivers of tears. There's rivers of tears in my house.
Exactly.
Because I think, and you, if you've competed in sports, and like you said, people don't. The hardest thing to do is to make the United States Olympic team. It may be easier to win the gold medal than it is to make the Olympic team. And I had a friend of mine that I was on a swim team with. He made it to the Olympic qualifying, and he missed making the team by about a half a second.
Wow.
And he was
That's hard.
He was 8th or 9th, but wasn't good enough to be 1st or 2nd. And I just always think about that. I'm like, it's that close, a lifetime of work. But let's talk about your lifetime of work and what you both just accomplished. So at the state championships in Westerville, you dominated the track, 3 silver medals.
3 silvers.
Outstanding. And the gold rush guy over here taking home 2 gold medals in the shot put and the discus, right?
Correct.
All right. So Sandy, we'll start with you. Tell me about your events. What went into it? How long you've been training for it?
Oh, all year. All year. You go from one to the other. As soon as one is over, he does let me have he's my coach.
Okay.
So as a husband, I tell everybody I'll keep him. I'll kill 2 dead rocks about him. But as a coach, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I fire him every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because he makes me pour so much of me into it. And I understand why he does, because it shows at the end, but it's still, I told him I'd rather have the track meet than the preparation it takes to get to the track meet. But he's a great coach. He encourages me and tells me that, we got to keep going, but he does let me have a little break. Once the Olympics were over in Westerville, I had a couple days when couple weeks when I didn't have to do anything. I could go back to going to water aerobics. I could go back to going to yoga.
All right.
And but still on Friday, I still have to, deal with
get
him.
on track. Okay.
But it's a whole year of preparation. It was like when we finished with the state, he gave me 2 weeks off. He says, now you know what we have to do. The Olympics are in Des Moines in July of next year. So what are we going to be doing? I said, I know we're going to be training, but he does let me have a little break afterwards. But it's a lot of training. It's intense. And I understand why we have to do that, because, I don't want to be standing on the sideline saying, I wish I could have, we do.
Yep. And Paul, now, does Sandy coach you in the shot and the discus, or does she just leave you alone on that one?
She just leave me alone.
Okay.
She know nothing about throwing the shot or the disc. So that's something that I have to prepare myself.
Okay.
And I do quite well at it. Not only I train myself, but I train high school kids,
college
kids.
And so anyone else who asks you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. If someone needs the help in throwing the shot and this, I have no problem in helping them.
Okay.
I've been doing this for a long time.
So tell me about the pressure you put in the training. You're ready to go, and maybe it's not pressure. Maybe it's anxiousness. Okay, I know I'm ready. I have to go out and perform. What's that like on the state stage when if I do well enough, if my time's good enough, if my finish is good enough, I can go to the national senior Olympics and represent the entire state of Ohio? Or what's your mindset going into it? Is it I'm going to do my best. I'm going to have fun. I know the answer because I know you both a little bit. There's no fun. There's no we're going to win. We're going to get this done.
Yeah,
that's just my guess. I'm putting that out there. Let me know if I'm wrong.
It was a good guess because with me, I go out there and it's like when we're lining up for my race, all I hear in my mind is, "Do your best. Do your best. You don't have to get out there and act crazy or anything, but you have to perform. You have to do your best. Remember everything that you've done. And I go out there with the mindset that he's watching me. He's watching me and he's watching me. So I go out there and I just try to do my best, because this time he said, you go out there, there's a standard. You have to meet a standard in order to be able to go to the national. So he said, go out. Don't think about beating anything. Think about doing your best.
Yep. Okay.
So that's what he encourages me to do.
Is that the same mind frame you have?
It's the same mindset. Just go do your best. I try to block out my other competitors. I try not to get involved in what they do, how well they do. My whole thing is what I do. How well have I prepared for this event, and just go and enjoy it.
Well, what we enjoy here is the fact that Valley Converting sponsors the 9-Minute Phill-Up, so we greatly appreciate that. We can't thank Mike Biasi and the rest of the crew at Valley Converting for all of their support, and they support a number of projects and events throughout the Ohio Valley. So we love that, and we have a word from them right now.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Again, we can't thank Valley Converting enough for all of their support. What's the support been like in the community for you? I know you head out and not everybody can make it out to Westerville or wherever the big events are, but just the support that you get from family and friends as you undertake this endeavor to go and try and win gold medals at the state level and then on the national level.
Well, I have a daughter who now lives in Phoenix, Arizona. She has not missed one of my nationals.
Oh, wow.
She has not missed it. She's there. She comes to support her dad and myself, and it's just wonderful. And then the best, well, one of the best, it's all good, but when it was in Pittsburgh, we had a lot of local friends and relatives come to Pittsburgh to watch us, and it was just amazing to look up in the stands and see faces that you recognize. And I was like, wow, they came to see us. They didn't come to see anybody else in here. They came to see us. And it really, it just inspired me even more, because I wanted to do a good job so they could see me, not, come up here and then, I fall on my face or something. Yeah. But it was good. It was really good.
Let me ask you both this. And Paul, maybe you can answer this first. The Senior Olympics, you're going through the training, you're going through the work, but you're enjoying yourself. Or you want to do it at this point. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to throw another shot put. I don't want to throw in that disc. I don't want to run another 200, especially in practice. Like you said, the meets. Hey, that's the fun time. That's a good time. Right. But not only how important is it to compete and you have that drive to do that, but how important is it to your overall health, mental well-being, to have this opportunity? Because I was thinking about that today, and hopefully everyone's trying to get better as they go along. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to lose some weight and get out there and do as much as I can do. How important do you think it is for people in general, not necessarily to go out and become a senior Olympian, but just to get out and move their body, and when you're out there moving your body, you're also thinking, so you're using your brain. How important is that, do you think?
Very important. I tell everyone, if you was a former athlete, you should continue to be an athlete. Walking, whatever it is. I try to keep myself busy, think about what I used to do and try to transform it to now. So it's a job, just like going to work. You get up every morning, you mentally, physically prepare yourself to go out and train or go out and walk, whatever it is. You just need to, continue to do it. I push myself. Sometimes it's difficult, but I push myself to be the best that I can be.
Sandy?
It's difficult, But I think that when with me, it's special because my coach lives with me.
So you can't skip practice.
Can't skip practice. And but it's okay because he encourages me to get out and keep moving. So at 78, I'm out there competing, and there are some women I've met that are even older than I am.
Okay.
And the process of what he teaches me is just what they do. They just keep going. They say swimming doesn't get old.
Yeah.
You get old from not swimming.
Yep.
So we just keep on moving. And, I appreciate the concern. I'd like to think that I would do just as well if I had to have another coach, I had to go meet a trainer or whatever, but having him there with me, it's like, there's just no thought. When you get up in the morning, he's great. He fixes my oatmeal. I eat my oatmeal, my banana, drink my juice, and we're out the door.
There you
Monday,
go.
Wednesday, and Friday.
Yep.
I'm working out. So I think that the encouragement that you get from family and friends and acquaintances, really, really helps. But, just having him as a coach, I think coaching is really, really important because some people try to do it on their own. And if you don't aspire to be an Olympian, that's fine. But get out and walk, get out and do something,
And if you can only go a block, you go a block.
Yeah,
and then
go
the
a
next
block.
time, maybe I go a block in 10 feet. And I go a block and a half. And just to keep
Just
moving.
you have to get up, move. Because we had a young lady come to me. She told me, she said, I'm going to ask Deacon Rue if he'll take me to the track and, help me get going and do some things. I said, okay, if you're not serious, don't talk to him because he doesn't play.
Yeah.
He does not play. It's like the kids that he coaches. If he doesn't call them and say, we're going to go train, we're going to do this. They call him. So if they don't want it as bad as they don't want it as bad as he wants it, then he doesn't want to be, because you're taking your time and you don't want to do this. So she didn't last very long because she wasn't serious. She wasn't serious.
All right. Well, for the serious people out there, which you're both. I heard there's a little hardware in your bag that you brought. So I was hoping to see some of the hardware that you guys earned.
Yeah, we got a little bit. We brought a little bit.
And if you want to hold the bag up, because you're even ready for the summer games.
You know what? I have a friend,
Let me hold
a
that up.
classmate, who went to Paris.
Yeah. Okay.
And she bought this bag for me because she
There
knows
we
that
go.
I am a senior Olympian.
There you go.
And she brought it back for me. Yeah, Connie Roberts. She brought it back for me. She was in.
This is really heavy because there's a lot of medals in here. There's at least 5 in here, probably more. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I pick that up?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is from the National Senior Olympics in Pittsburgh, and look at that skyline. I don't know if probably hard to see, but skyline of Pittsburgh. It's in the black and gold, and it has National Senior Olympics on it. This is fantastic.
Yeah, they give you nice medals.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are from the.
These are the state ones.
From national.
Okay, and the state ones. You've got the red and blue, and the Olympic flame. These are fantastic. 2024.
Yeah, and I won the honor to be in this is the result book.
Okay.
And I opened it up looking at it and was surprised to see someone that I recognized in the book.
Ah. Okay. All right. There we go. That's the picture. Yeah. The results book. And then it's and now it's on to Des Moines.
Right.
And now when will you start? Have you already started to figure out, okay, what's the travel time? When do we have to, or do you wait a little bit on that, give yourself a break? But I'd imagine you're going to have to get hotels and all that stuff.
Yes.
So
it's a little tedious, but we wait a little while, because they have a National Senior Games newsletter.
Okay.
So they send us out information. So they update us on where to look for hotels. If we need a rental car, places to go in Des Moines, things to see. So we sort of depend on them a lot to, to make sure that we can get everything we need.
Now I would be
first of the year.
Yeah. Okay. Really start to get
everything together. Where we're going to stay, and all of that. So air flight.
Yeah. Now I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. Sandy, can you hold them up? Your FloJos, your FloJos. Now, if anybody remembers back in the Seoul Olympics, Florence Griffith Joyner, FloJo.
She was awesome.
Sensational.
Yeah.
She was
Just
awesome.
unbelievable. If she was in it, everybody was running for second because you just knew. And she had the fingernails paint. Oh, it was fantastic. So I see, but then I remembered right away Gail Devers, because her fingernails were even more spectacular. And they started to curl a little bit, but she had them all painted. And I still can't believe she hit that hurdle with her heel. She had that gold medal right there.
Yeah,
but
that was heartbreaking.
That is the wide world of sports.
Yeah.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Right.
And it's one of those things where I'm sure she thinks about that every day. Every day she thinks of, but she had that chance. Yeah, because if it's gonna go wrong, I want it to be in the Olympic final. I don't want it to be, I didn't make it through nationals. So it's one of those things where, and I always remember her as one of the great track and fields. I mean, she won a bunch of medals and
she did.
represented the country really well. And you think about Carl Lewis.
Oh, my goodness.
And well, then you get the whole Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis controversy. And I know might be some younger people out there going, Ben Johnson, who's Carl Lewis? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ben Johnson from Canada shot out of a cannon. Yeah, and then all of a sudden they went, there might be something in this blood that's not right. And that, what a controversy that was.
Yeah.
But hopefully no controversies other than just who wins and loses at the Olympics. Yeah. You already mentioned it, but what does it mean to you? Because I know you're telling me he coaches everybody, but I know you help people out and coach them as well. What does it mean to you when everything goes well and the kids or the young athletes that you're working with, they achieve, and maybe it's not necessarily they didn't win the event, but they saw improvement. Hey, I know I can do this. It's giving confidence to me, and I'd imagine not only on the track, but in their everyday life. Yeah. What's that like to experience that? Because you guys get to see it up close.
Yeah. It means a whole lot. You spend time training adults or young people, and you see them perform and see them produce. It's an awesome feeling. And as a coach, you're not looking, for anyone to come and pat you on the back and this or that. You just do it because you love seeing young people produce. And I go back and look at some of the people that I have trained. And I think one of the young men, Zach Eakey. I mean,
I know Zach. I know him real well.
Zach was the young man that every day we go train, and after practice he will call me, come on, I need to go back. And when people do that to you, you don't have a problem changing your whole schedule to go and train. And just like I went to Cleveland, I was go to Cleveland and train Margaret Jones, another phenomenal young lady. She went on to win the state in Division III in the shot put. So when you train people like that, I mean, I could just keep going on. You feel good, and just see people perform. And just like with my wife, she got more medals than I have.
Well, she has good. She has the best coach.
I have a good coach. I have a good coach, and he coaches me really, really well. And I'm sort of there. I don't coach the children, but I'm there to encourage them, to tell them, I know he's hard on you, but it's going to pay off because he's hard on me, and it pays off. Because I have to tell you one little story. Okay. We were training. And that was back in the day when Shelby Rodney was here.
Oh, yeah.
And we're out on the track at Harding Stadium. Sky opens up and it starts to pour down rain. I mean, not a little twinkle. I mean, it's like the sky opened up. So everybody's running, getting in their cars. They're waiting to see if this storm's going to go over. So I started getting my stuff. And he looked at me and said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Paul, it's raining. It's storming out here." And he did just like this. He looked up in the sky to the left. He looked to the right. He said, "Rain is no reason to cancel a track meet. Get back in your blocks." He made me stay out there and finish training. And Bill, believe it or not, went to Houston, Texas for the Nationals. Was in line because they line us up according to age, in line for the 100-meter final. And you know what happened? The skies opened up and a big storm came up. And these women are like, where are we going? What are we doing? And the starter said, no lightning, no thunder. I'm going to give you 3 commands, ladies. Runners to your mark, get set, and I'm going to fire the gun. And believe it or not, I won because in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, if you can train through the rain, you can win through the rain. And I won. And when we got to the finish line, I looked over and he's standing there with his arms folded like this, looking at me. And you know what I did? I walked all the way around him so I wouldn't have to say anything to him. I didn't want to talk to him.
Oh, you didn't even go over and give him a hug?
I did not. No.
Oh, what's going on there? She's got to come give you a hug.
No. Nothing to do with that.
I did not want to talk to him because I had proved him right.
Yep.
The rain was no reason. They kept right on with the track meet. We ran in the rain.
That's a great story. That's great. So now, before I let you go, before we wrap things up in the 9-minute Phill-Up, I heard a story that you might have been on one of the most sensational shows ever done at WTOV9. Might have been that 19 time.
Yes.
And I bet if I pushed you like Paul does, you could even tell me what songs you were dancing to on the 19th time.
Wow, that was way. I'm getting ready to celebrate my 60th class reunion. So you know how long it's been since I was on 19 time.
I just did the 70th anniversary of the station where I put together a number of stories. And that was a big thing, was the 19 time. So I'm watching the video and stuff. I'm going to have to get that video, see if I see you in there dancing.
All right. We'll have to go out and if you find me, let me know.
I will.
But it was a great program. You got to fellowship with people from other schools and, it was just so great. We found some great friends coming to 19 time.
But I would imagine it's very similar to the track and field. Even today, I would imagine you find some really good friends.
Exactly. It's a big family because I met one young lady. I went up to her and I told her, I said, I need to have a hug. And she said, sure, honey. I said, I need to have a hug. I said, because I asked God to let me run the 100-meter dash on my 100th birthday. She was 101.
Wow.
Julia Hurricane Hawkins.
Wow.
And she told me, she said, I wanted to run it on my 100th birthday too. She said, but I found out that the nationals were every other year. So I had to wait until I was 101.
And she made it.
Yes, she did.
She made it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah,
that's a great story.
She was awesome.
That's fantastic. Well, I cannot thank the two of you enough for coming in today because I wanted this story to get out that, hey, we have people in the Valley that are doing things, continue to push themselves. It's important for anybody to continue to push themselves. And you're just two great sparkling examples of what you can do when you put your mind to it. And age doesn't become a hurdle or a weight on your shoulders. It's just another number. We just have to keep going. So I can't thank you enough for stopping in. I can't thank you for the advice for everybody. And you mentioned, Paul, you got to try your best.
Got to do your best.
Now we have 2 rules. And if you want to use this, I use this. I got this back in the day when I was coaching my children's youth soccer teams. So I thought, I've got to come up with something here for the kids. So the 2 rules are have fun and always try your best. And the kids would look at me and, what? That's it? And I said, if you're having fun,
right,
who's going to get mad at you? And if you're trying your best, mom and dad aren't even getting mad at you. So you're having fun and you're trying best. And if you just let that happen, all of a sudden you can achieve. And that, like I was saying, you guys are a perfect example of that, where, hey, we're going to go out and have fun, try our best, meet some people, but we're also going to beat them. Let's not get it twisted. We're going to beat them, but because it's always more fun to win than it is to lose.
I will line up next to you, but I want to be the first.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh no, anytime. Now the thing is, we have the Olympics. We have some other comments. Okay, thanks for the spoiler. Okay, just letting them know about the Olympics. All right. We've got a smiley face. I think that's a smiley face. George's not a smiley face. I can't even see with my glasses on. Let's see. Oh, Ian Phillips. Have to train with the best to be the best. That's my son. So it might be a shout out to you.
All right.
He's over here. You go. So you guys are working it. Then that's a great thing.
That's great.
All right. Oh, and Craig just checked in. He said that was a great story. Let it rain. So, but I would imagine you're like, I don't want the rain. I'm good.
I don't want the rain.
We only needed to do that one time.
If it rains, I know if there's no thunder and lightning, I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready to go. All right. Last thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, now I know you like the shot put in the discus. I know you like, the track, but is there anything other than that you just really, really, the high jump or the heptathlon or the mile, or is there one thing that you look forward to other than the events that you both love to do that you just go, okay, I'm looking forward to this?
Well, I get into all of it because it seems like no matter what I watch, you just get so excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the women's soccer team has really inspired me. They inspired me at the last Olympics, but this time because of all of the stuff that's coming out with the WNBA.
Oh yeah,
basketball has really started to take.
I've been watching a lot of that. It's been some really good stuff. And I will say this: Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And Boston, with who's Angel or Caitlin's teammate, phenomenal. Just to watch and just exciting to watch play. So I'm with you on that. With you on that. And then the interesting Dennis Rodman's daughter, Jordan, the producer extraordinaire. She's over there. She's looking at me going, Bill, we got to wrap this up. We have a midday show to do. But she's on the soccer team. Yeah, she's on the soccer. She's very very good player. Very very good player. Yeah. Paul.
Basketball, track and field.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Jordan's smiling at me, but in her eyes, I can see, wrap it up, Bill, or I'm going to come over there and shut everything off. So again, Sandy and Paul, let's do this. We'll pencil in a date for next year before you head to Des Moines. And then when you come back, we'll follow it up and let everybody know how everything went for you guys out there.
Okay.
And just continued great success, especially not only for yourself, but especially working with the kids and the young adults that you're working with. That's fantastic. So again, can't thank you enough. Again, everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Valley Converting, for being here. And remember, 2 rules: have fun and always try your best. Have a great weekend.